Hello and welcome to Ryan Magic. I'm Ryan and this is Magic. Welcome back to Coffee and Cards, where I sip on some coffee and review some playing cards. Today I have an awesome pack of cards. It's the Spaceman from Pluto, or better known as Back to the Future playing cards by Bicycle. Looking at the tuck case, this already is amazing. I love their attention to detail on the card box. Up at the top, powered by flux capacitor. As we all know, that's what is needed for time travel. I love the seal. It is the flux capacitor. Diving into the back design, we can see that it's the DeLorean with the doors open. It's got the flux capacitor in the middle, 88 miles per hour on the side, and I love the little detail that they have. October 26, 1985 and November 5th, 1955. 88 miles per hour up on the top, the clock tower. They got cassettes on the side, the license plate out of time. So much detail is packed into this back design. They have the 1.21 gigawatts. 1.1 gigawatts? Great Scott! Diving into the extra cards, we get the Bicycle Back to the Future card that is pretty much the front of the box, so really neat that you get that in a card. The cassette tape, this is usually the extra card that tells you where to connect with Bicycle. There's just so much detail in here that really feels like it's from the movie and also 1985. And then these are probably my favorite of the deck and Jokers of all time. They are a DeLorean with the clock tower in the background, and they go together. So you can connect the two Jokers and they make one complete picture. I think that is the coolest thing on the planet. Before diving into the rest of the cards, I have some fun facts about Back to the Future. So the most famous scene was almost cut from the movie. The scene where Marty performs Johnny Be Good. The director actually admits that it's the only scene that the plot stops for comedic relief. The script was rejected 40 times before it was picked up by Universal Studios. It was almost called Spaceman from Pluto. One exec from Universal Studios actually drafted up a memo and it made it all the way to Steven Spielberg, and he shot it down saying, "Nice joke, memo." So thankfully he shot it down, because I don't think Spaceman from Pluto would have done as well. Before destroying the ring at Mount Doom, Frodo made it to Back to the Future. Well, Elijah Wood, that is. He made his debut as a child actor in Back to the Future 2 as one of the kids that was playing Wild Gunman. That's not the only cameo. Huey Lewis, who wrote Back in Time and The Power of Love, was the judge that said it was just too darn loud. Back to the Future 2 and 3 were shot back to back over 11 months, which was unheard of during this time. Now let's dive into the rest of the cards of this most iconic sci-fi movie trilogy. Looking at the aces, I love that each one has blueprints of something different. So on the Ace of Spades, we see Back to the Future and the back of the DeLorean. The Ace of Diamonds has Welcome to Hill Valley, a nice place to live. Please drive carefully. Ace of Clubs has the clock tower blueprints, and the Ace of Hearts is the clock tower, or the clock and the DeLorean on there. Next up, we have the face cards. I love these. We have the great Doc Brown from 1985. We have George McFly from 1985. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Marty McFly. And of course, Biff from 1955. I love that all the face cards are different and they're all characters from the movie. and from the different times, and they give you the time period on there. The amount of detail that went into these cards is so cool. Diving into the rest of the cards, not too much going on, just the theme of the arrows and the numbers and the pips carry on, and in the opposite corner of where the number and suit is the DeLorean. All in all, I love this deck. It handles like a typical bicycle pack of cards. I like that it's like a novelty pack of cards, but also still functions as a pack of cards. It's not a plastic set of cards. You can still actually use these for card games with the family. Definitely could use this in Magic. I think that would make a cool trick if you're doing a time travel trick or something along the lines of that, keeping it with the theme. They handle well, they shuffle well, they look awesome. I mean, they're Back to the Future. What's not to love about that? Out of a 5 wand rating, I am going to give these cards a 4.9 out of 5. But these may become distracting if you're using them as a trick, because people are gonna be interested in the face cards. If they haven't seen the movie, they may not know what's going on and all that stuff, and it might just look kind of wild. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Coffee and Cards. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, also like this video, and I'll catch you on next week's Coffee and Cards.